On here on this very fantastic sunny Sunday. We got the Apex tournament for the Wildside Gaming Tour on the way. We got the teams already going at it right now. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, to Del Papa, Ghost Energy, and C4 Energy. Without them, this tour would not have been possible. Great, amazing drinks. Highly recommend to go and go grab you one. Really good. It actually keeps you up really nice and keep you nice up and well. We got four teams on the line battling out for the next 3 hours. We got Team Sevi, Team KC Wilder, Team Isright, and Team Better for tonight. We're gonna be bouncing back and forth between each of those teams to see how they're doing. And we're gonna get started off with our first team, Team Better. Team Better looks like they are loading up into a lobby, waiting for a lobby to come into play. So they're gonna start being setting up as we speak. As we jump over to Team Sevi. Team Sevi looks like they're going in already, battling it out into their first lobby of the game, trying to get a couple of kills in, coming in with the electric grenade, sliding, going for the first down and for the first kill. These guys are not taking no for an answer. Team Sevi and Team Doozy are battling it out really hard today. They've been practicing for the past hour, getting all warmed up, so I'm sure that they are hot and ready for this tournament. For the next 3 hours, we got 4 teams battling it out for the most kills for the Apex kill race. Good tactic here. Got Sevi blocking the doorways for his doozy coming around the corner. Oh, and the team lost the match. But it's okay. They got time. They got 3 hours. 3 hours up until 9 o'clock to get as many kills as they can as they start searching for another game. We're going to jump over to Team KC Wilder. Team KC Wilder, just missed it. Coming back to the main menu. Going to be getting back into the game. And jumping over to Team Isright. Team Isright coming in with the Mastiff. Got the kill, but was unable to get. Coming back in, they got 3 kills, 3 full successful kills on their first game. They're coming in over onto their second game. We're going to jump over to KC Team Better. Still looking for a lobby as we speak. We're going to jump over to Team Sevi, see how they're looking. Oh, looks like these guys are loading into a game, starting out. Got Team Sevi. Looks like he's going to be going in with Octane. And also Team Doozy. Also Doozy is going to be coming in with the Loba. No, he's coming in with Horizon. As Team Doozy with the Jump Master, looks like they're going to be jumping in little later into the match, trying to figure out where the next hotspots are going to be. And here they come with the inner end. It looks like nobody's around them, so it looks like they got the area all for themselves. Just enough time to get the weapons and the ammo that they need. Coming in with the health. Looks like he's coming in with the R99 and the Peacekeeper. Good combo for short and also a little bit of a mid-range attacks. Team Doozy looks like he already found himself a gold chest. Gold chest plate already having a good start off. And coming around with the purple chest plate. They are looting like no other. Still, with nobody around, they got the whole place to themselves. Looks like he found a secret room. Getting all the good loadouts. With them just a little bit out of circle, they got a minute and 35 seconds left to get what they need to get and get to a circle as close as possible. Also, on the same note, they could be enemies pushing their location as we speak right now, coming in for the circle. Yes, it is. This is a kill race, 3-hour kill race for Apex Legends. Got 4 teams. We got Team Sevi, Team Casey Wilder, Team Isrit, and Team Better battling it out for a 3-hour Apex kill race. It looks like Team Sevi has already made engagements with another guy coming in with Octane, trying to get the cover, getting his shields up while Doozy comes in for the cover. Comes in with the down. His other teammates come around with the grenades and the shots into the elimination. 2 kills right off the bat with Doozy and Sevi. 2 kills on their scoreboard. They're on the edge of the scoreboard with Doozy going down. Spotting enemies. And just wasn't enough. But they have good kills on their match. Probably not going to use it, but they got still 2 hours and 50 minutes left into this tournament to get as many kills as they can with the games as they can get. And we're going to jump over to Team Casey Wilder, see how they're performing as we speak. With the low grades, look like they just now dropped down. Over on the offshore rig with high-tier loot, good possibilities of getting the weapons and the upgraded ammo and the protection that they need for this team. Seems like these guys have encountered someone. 2 teams coming in with the cover. trying to get that health up as fast as he can. We got Clayboy down. It looks like Clayboy's getting pushed, and it just wasn't there. Got pushed just a little bit too hard. Wasn't able to get it, but it's okay. They're going to be coming back in for another round, trying to get the kills that they need, and we're going to jump over to Team Isrit. Looks like Doggo Boss is the only one left alive. Looks like Fastmaster needs to be a little bit of revived. Looks like they got some enemies around, trying to get some cover, got hostiles detected on the far side of the maps here. Doing what he can to try to get as much cover as he can so he could go over and revive his teammate with the 6th shot and a knockdown kill for Doggo the Boss. With the elimination, he's got to get that cover. Oh, and didn't get the cover just in time, but with a sick shot with the massive kill was highly, highly impressive. And we're going to jump back over to Team Better with War God 1341 has the gold chest plate in his teammate Colt Tiggy with the purple chest plate. Looks like these guys already have a good combo already up. Looks like these guys are still looting just a little bit outside of the ring here. Not seeing much activity, not seeing much enemy activity so far. Looks like they're still trying to figure out what kind of setups they're going to be running with and rolling with. Looks like we have War God running with the Volt and the R301, which is really good for close range and also medium range, unless getting a scope on the Volt or the 301, that would be a good shot. Looks like they're getting pushed by an enemy, and with the knockdown and the elimination by War God with the assist of Colt Tiggy with their first kill on the game. With the circle closing, they're just inside the circle. With the new circle just coming up with the round 2 for this match. Got a long, hard press to make up for. Looks like they're going to try to make their way to the drop ship. Hopefully find better loot, but be careful. There could be enemies around that area. Could be a little surprise attack. That's something you would definitely got to watch out for. Definitely watch out for. These guys are moving on the outskirts of the circle. Looks like chest has already been taken up. Coming over into the crossroads area, and still no engagements with enemies. If they would need some kills, they would need to go in farther into the map and try to get it and try to get those kills. Looks like they could have engagement. No. Get that next ring look. See where that next ring is going to be. Pushing up along the side of the of the side of the map. Still trying to press, still trying to look around and see what kind of loot and ammo that they can find. I'm surprised that WarGod is not likely putting some attachments on his weapons. It could be a new tactic that he's trying to push, or he's trying just waiting till he finds something a little better. Debating what to take. They're taking a mobile respawn point. With the kill feed already racking up, they would need to get into the fight to get some kills. They got 1 kill on their team already. Looking around, looking for engagement from the outside of circle. See if any teams are going to see if they will intercept any teams. With nothing just yet, that circle is slowly closing in on them. Looks like they got a spot on an enemy. Looks like they're going to try to push to engage. Let's see how this turns out. We got Colt moving over to the top right as WarGod's going to lower into the bottom. And on the bottom, right next to the dropship, still no one in the area. Looks like no one is in the area just yet. It was a replicator. Can I hold down? Looks like he is going to try to go for the... Looks like he was wanting that backpack, but he just doesn't have enough. And these guys are getting pushed by another teammate on the top of the hill. WarGod real low on health. Need to get that cover as Colt tries to push and he drops down. With WarGod, low health. Colt's down and there goes Team Better down for the count. Now we're going to jump over to Team Sevi to see how they're doing on their matches. Looks like they spawned over in the same location as the last game that they're in, with another high tier loot location. Switching out ammo and also their weapons, with a Sevi being one alive, and Doozy looks like Doozy needs to get revived. Engagements on 2 enemies. He had to tread carefully to go and get his buddy here. With the popping off shots, trying to get the cover off. Looks like Doozy would need to get a recovery. Will Sevi pull this off? Trying to figure out where the team's at while he is regenerating. Looks like he has Bloodhound pushing him. Pushing him off to the right, coming up the stairs, getting a couple shots off with the pistol. Pull out the R31 with the push and with the knockdown. And with the shield recovery. using the down teammate as bait as the other one starts pushing up up close to the mid. Chunks grenade over the ball. Ooh, looks like he will just got him if he stayed put just a little longer. And it looks like he is going to get this teammate's banner just in time with the clutch jump. Come around the backside, trying to get that flank on the enemy, and he got the flank on the enemy into the mid. He's pushing and pull out the pistol, cut a couple of shots in, and got third partied by another team. Now we're about to come in with Team KC Wilder to see how they're doing in this tournament. Looks like they're coming in with the L star and the flatline. Really interesting combination. Casey Waller's slowly pushing up the lanes here. Looks like they got a drop package, a drop coming in. Looks like he's going to try to make that drop. With the gold helmet and also the purple knockback shield. Looks like he has sights on someone over in the tower. Slowly pushing, coming up together on the mid side. Got Clayboy coming up on the top side as Casey's going on the bottom. Trying to figure out how to get out of the little room here.
Hey there. So I signed all of you up for a day pass.
Slowly moving their way down the hills. Yep, slowly moving their way down the hills. Area's already been looted. These guys would need to tread carefully. As the circle closing in. Circle closing in. They got one pushing up into the mid. With the ult coming out. Knockdown. And the kill. Ooh. With the slippery escape. But it wasn't enough. Looks like Casey Wilder is going to get the kill. 2 kills down for the count. Ring closing in. They'll need to slowly get into that ring. Casey Wilder is just a little bit low on health. Looks like the team Casey Wilder is not taking no for an answer. Trying to get everything that as they need as the ammo and also that better health that they can get. These guys are already running with some good armor. You got a gold chest plate on Clay and then a red chest plate on Casey Wilder. Now they're going to start pushing to the inner circle. Looks like these guys are going to be going through the caves with 3 kills on their backs. This could possibly be one of the scorecards they would submit for the with some of these areas being cleared out. Looks like Clayboy already put someone down for the count with the hemlock. Going in for another engagement. Another team on the bottom of the hill and top of the hill. Looks like Casey Wilder is going to be coming in with the support. Looks like multiple teams. Octane could be in the area. Putting out his ability. And then he comes up at the top of the hill. Goes back for the retreat to hook up with the Clay. With a team just down the stream. Engaging. Looks like these guys are going to get sandwiched. Casey Wilder is making a great push over to the next team. Getting the shots. Putting the elimination down by Casey Wilder. 2 more kills on their backs. With a gold peacekeeper, very interesting. He's still sticking with his L-star and his flatline. He's really, really good with his flatline. Got another enemy team coming in, and he is trying to get out of there. Would have to get some of that revive with the health. Coming in, they're gaining push, trying to get out of the ring circle with the knockdown by Casey Wilder, and also an engagement on another team. Coming in and just wasn't enough. Still got the down. Was able to get at least 4-5 kills on their backs. Let's see how they do here. 4, 5, 6. They got 6 kills on their backs for this team. It looks like they're going to be submitting that card into the tournament. Now we're going to jump out over into Team Isrit to see how they're doing on their lobby. With Fastmaster needing a recovery, and Doggo Boss would have to come over to get his buddy to revive him back into the game. With the team coming in, looks like he's using them as bait. It looks like Doggo Boss is going to take it, taking the risk to recover his teammate's banner, getting out of there as fast as he can. He's going to activate his charge, activate his ultimate, pop in his ultimate, trying to figure out where these guys are at. Looks like he has one hostile engaging him, slowly pushing him as the ring is slowly pushing him at the same time. Looks like he's going to get sandwiched by the ring and also by a teammate, by an enemy team. He is in a very tight, tough situation. Coming out with the save. Coming over to get his buddy at the last minute. He looks like he's going to get it right before this ring hits. But his buddy is going to get caught into the ring. His buddy would need to, as soon as he responds, come in and get out of that ring area. Team Isrit switches flatline with the No, he didn't switch. He had the R99 and the L Star. Switched over with a purple chest plate. Doing a little dance, making a little love. He's getting down tonight. Looks like these guys have eyes on their next enemy target that they have going in. One's being a push, getting some good shots in with the R99. Slowly looking around for some ammo and for some health shields. Still being pushed by the one team just outside their building. Looks like enemy team has used their ult against them. With a hostile detected, looks like he could be in the building or on top of the building. Slowly making his way out, treading carefully. He wants to try to get the surprise on the enemy here. Fastmaster has already located an enemy coming down the hill. Looks like these guys are going to try to use the ring as an advantage. As the ring comes in and pushes the enemies still closer to the ring, they're going to be right there at the cutoff point, choking them from getting into the ring for them to possibly getting the kills that they need for this tournament. With Fastmaster still on a stock, still trying to look over and try to find a better chest plate and better helmet for his Pathfinder. Dagobas is sitting comfortably with a purple chest plate and a blue helmet. With enemies detected, looks like he's over in the building area. Looks like just one enemy. Could be a fair push. He's slowly making his way in there. With the push on the roof, he looks like he's going to come out the doorway. Slowly engage. With Fastmaster down, he's going to engage. Hitting shots, pulling out the L-Star, trying to get down. It just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for Team Isrit. And we're going to switch back over to Team Better to see how they are doing. I hope they're getting better at this. But it looks like they are doing real good with 2 kills on their backs. Both of them carrying the purple chest plate. Wargod with the big jump coming out of the tower. Could be slowly pushing over to the next team. All 4 of these teams are pushing hard as much as they can. It may look like some of these teams would have to calculate and record all of their game scores just in case if they couldn't be able to get a good game score especially when it comes close to the final hour of this tournament. Looks like the War Gods coming in with the push, with the Colt coming down with the down. And with the kill, with the assist by War God, with another kill on their backs. With the third party, two third parties, looks like they're getting engaged by both sides. Colt going down. It's all up to War God right here. He has one team on his right and one team on his left side. Slowly being pushed with the engagement. Getting jumped with the quick reload. And just couldn't get away just fast enough. But it looks like 6, 7, 8 kills on their backs. Good score. Good kills. Looks like that is in for the books. And let's see our next team here. Team Sevi. Team Sevi, let's see how Team Sevi is doing. Looks like Sevi has 1 kill on his back. Looks like these guys have just started with 9 squads left to go. It looks like they got the Octane and the Horizon combo here. With another team coming out who tries to get a surprise attack, but it wasn't enough. Got knocked down by Sevi and getting that kill. If he'll give it to him. Still finding it out with his other teammate coming out of the building. 1 for the books, 1 elimination. Looks like he's trying to make that push. And with the knockdown elimination by Sevi, bringing him up to 3 kills with Octane. Looks like these guys are getting an early push by another third party. Just a little bit outside circle. As the circle is pushing, they're going to expect more people on top of the roof. 2 on top of the roof as he drops down, coming back inside. As his other teammates still trying to loot, trying to get the weapons and ammo that he needs. These guys are on top of them, trying to get the better jump on them. With the engagement and the push, 2 teams will usually with the knockdown, and the other one will knock down into 2 kills by Team Sevi. 4 kills on their backs with Team Sevi. This could be one for the books. Team Sevi with a red chest plate and Doozy with a purple chest plate. These guys are not taking no for an answer. Pushing and pushing closer into the ring. Once they start getting engaged, they just turn the books around and start engaging the enemy themselves. All they gotta do is just know where the enemies are at. But it looks like Team Sevi would be the team. Looks like Team Sevi would be the team, that a good challenging team to beat in this tournament, as almost every game that they have been getting into has been looking up really good for them. Looks like these guys having another engagement. Possibly see someone else. Looks like he's pushing them just down the street. Couple hits on him. With the R99. With the knockdown and 2 eliminations right off the bat. 2 kills in the pockets for Team Sevi. Team Sevi is on fire tonight with this lobby. Every team that they have encountered, it looks like he has sights on another team. With them safe inside the ring, they do have time to get settled and everything. Come up with a game plan for the next team for them to engage. As he's looking around, doing some reconning. Moving closer with the engagement on top of the hill. Sevi is quickly getting out of there to regroup with his teammate. Both are about to push. With a couple of grenade and thermite throws, trying to get some extra hits on recon intelligence. Here comes Octane with the push. Getting those hits on him with the R99. Coming in, he was just right below him. He's going to drop down right below, getting right through the window. Put some pressure on him, getting those hits. He has other teammates getting hit. He's got the Team Sebi is just trapping them in there like fish in a barrel. And come in with the both push on both sides with a knockdown and the kills. 2 kills, another 2 kills for Team Sevi. Looks like he is going to pick up that gold flatline. Look at that flatline. Very beautiful. He's definitely going to put some work into that flatline as another team tries to push in with the kill, the knockdown, and the elimination. He is the new kill leader for the lobby. Team Sevi. Looks like they could win this Apex game here. With the amount of pushing that they have. Pushing towards the outside of the ring to get a choke point on the enemy teams coming into the ring as they're run away from the ring, closing in on them. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming down to the final circles of this lobby. With the engagement just down the street and getting the knockdown by Sevi. Recharges shields as quickly as possible. Getting hits. Doozy coming in with the push. Elimination with the kills. 2 kills. These guys could win it. 2 squads left. It's just this squad. It's just Team Sevi and another squad. They got one more squad to encounter. I believe that they could win this. Possibility. They see the team engagement. It looks like they're going to go in for the push. Looks like he's double bolting it for the push. The enemy team's trying to get out of there as fast as they can, putting some hits on them. Using their own Octane ability to get a closer look. As Sevi comes in. Sevi comes in with the gold flatline, getting a few hits on the enemy team, pushing them closer to the outside of the circle, putting some pressure on them with the knockdown. Just need one more knockdown. They need one more knockdown, and they win this game here. And they are champions. Team Sevi has won the lobby. Congratulations with the win of the lobby. Let's see how many kills that they have brought in. They're definitely going to submit this. They're definitely going to submit this round as their scorecard with, look at that, 15 kills. A 15 kill lead for this team. Definitely going to be in for one of the books. As we jump back over to Team Casey Wilder, see how these guys are doing for this team. Team Casey Wilder has 6 squads left. Looks like we have joined in on them just into mid-game. With Wilder with 1 kill on his back and 1 revive. Looks like he sees the enemy. 2 enemies, 2 third parties. With both engagement, Casey Wilder getting to charge up for his shield. Okay, and enemies down to the bottom, trying to make this a whole big battle. Three teams all at once. So it looks like Wilder is coming in for the engagement. Couple of hills, couple of kills, couple of hits. Clayboy with the down and the kill. And Wilder's coming in with his ability, pushing slowly on the enemy. Looks like this enemy has fully retreated back to his teammate. Realizing Casey Wilder is just a little bit too much for him. And he comes in. Lifeline. Ooh, Lifeline just getting him down for the count. And Casey Wilder is out for this lobby. Now we're going to jump back over to Team Iswit. Team Iswit looks like they are just now coming down into a new game. Looks like these guys have dropped on a hotspot location, pulling out a Devotion and a 301. For a hotspot location, it's not really that hot over there. Team Israel slowly making their ways up the ranks here. Could be another challenging team to beat in this tournament. These teams are coming up to the first hour of this tournament as it is 6:50. These teams have about just a little over 2 hours to go. with no hostiles in the area. This team is slowly trying to push and make their way, trying to get the ammo and the health that they need for better engagements on enemies. Looks like none of this place has been looted up yet. Gives this team a better advantage. Just sitting just outside of the circle to get that choke point of the other teams coming in for the circle, trying to get away from the ring that will soon be closing in. Looks like they may have a team in the area. Yep, footpath. It looks like the team's recently been here, having an engagement. Oh, with an engagement, Doggo is going to come in with the L-Star. With the attention, enemy knows he's there. L-Star with the knockdown. In the elimination. With another third-party team. Just barely. Can Fastmaster pull this off? Fastmaster already putting down one team. Now it's up to him to bring over. Still trying to pull. He's trying to pull the two teams out of that room. He's taking his time, and the push just wasn't enough with the down. Looks like they had 2-3 kills on their backs right there. But coming in with a new lobby as see what Team Better is doing. Team Better looks like they are just now starting off in their lobby with 11 squads left. The War God carrying the R301 and the Vault for medium and close range. Slowly making their way over his boxes with the trading kills. Colt with the first down. War God coming in with the disappearing act. Performing his famous finisher. And here comes his team. Trying to get the kill. With the third party. And coming down. Getting knocked down by a third party. Two teams slowly pushing Colt Tiggy. Is he able to pull it off? Is he able to retreat and pull off and come around the backside to get his buddy War God? Looks like the enemy team's covering War God as for bait as his other teammates pushing. Just wasn't enough. Came up behind him. Killing off Team Better for this lobby. Well, Colt Tiggy is still alive. He still has a chance coming back in to recover the banner to get his buddy back. Tread carefully, Colt Tiggy. There's another enemy around there. Oh, he's got his detection on you. Slowly coming back. Getting the retreat. Slowly going to start regenerating his shield before he can go back and try to recover the banner. Don't want to go too far before it's too late before getting the banner. Looks like he's using his ultimate again. He has a couple seconds left. Looks like he is going to go without the recovery banner. Try to pull it off solo. already, Colt Ticket already has 7 kills on his back with this game. So, yeah, it would make sense that he is going to try to push solo, see if he can try to get at least 1 or 2 kills before the game ends for him. Hello, Mr. Robot. How are you doing today? Coming out with a flatline and a peacekeeper. Colt working his way just around the outside of the circle, trying to get the choke points of an enemy. Looks like he has an engagement. Doesn't want to engage just yet because not sure of how many are in the area. And it looks like he's going in for the engagement. Looks like we got 2 other third parties in the area. As he goes in for the cover, realizing that he is in a very, very bad spot to be in. And we're coming in with Team Sevi with 16 squads left. Team Sevi rocking the R99 and the Vault. Want to get a shout out to Team Sevi with the 15 kill win, champion win in one of their games that they played recently within the first hour of this tournament. And I want to remind everybody with our sponsors for this tour. Our sponsors are Del Papa Distribution Company. Also, we have Ghost Energy and C4 Energy Drink. Without them, this tour would not happen with these amazing teams playing here today, here on this fantastic Sunday afternoon at the Esports Cave in Austin, Texas. Looks like Team Sevi is getting ready to start pushing for enemies, looking around to do a little reconning in the area. Not finding any enemies so far, but finding a couple of dead boxes lying around, so there could have been a battle there just recently. And with the engagement on the double team, Sevi is coming in with a push and a grenade throw. Getting a couple of hits. Doozy's down. It's all up to Sevi. Sevi with the knockdown fire. Slowly with the retreat. And Duze's going down for the count to get his banner to be recovered. Sevi, it's all up to Sevi here. And just wasn't enough for Sevi to get the lead. But we're going to jump down over to Team KC Wilder. See how they're doing with 14 squads left and 1 kill on his back. Looks like they just now started a brand new lobby, just landing them into the circle. Rocking with the shotgun pistol and the rampage. "13 squads left. If these guys would need to get some kills, they would have to start engaging some enemies pretty soon here. Slowly making their way. Looks like he switched out for the EVA 8 auto. The ring is starting to close in as we speak. Looks like these guys are making their way through certain buildings, getting more loot, figuring out how they're going to run this game plan, what kind of equipments, lethals, and tacticals that they need for this game, trying to find some better armor suits. with Clayboy with a purple chest plate and Casey Wilder with a blue chest plate. Looks like they are going into an engagement here with the team, with the push and a hostile detection. Looks like Casey Wilder is going to try to push with his Rampage. Getting up to Clayboy as fast as he can, putting in some hits on the second floor enemy. 2 second floor enemy. 1 dropping down, getting out of there as fast as he could. With his teammate Clayboy down for the count. He's with another engagement, getting blocked by a bush here. Casey Wilder just low on health, trying to get away as fast as he can so he can get some health and cover. Trying to get the full retreat to get us back as far as he can. Try not to go about far back too far. He will still have to recover his teammate's banner. With the Phoenix kit fully loaded, looks like he is ready to get back into the action. With 1 hostile detected, with 1 push, and 1's on top of the second floor, coming up on the roof with the scenes, with the push coming around the bush. Looks like these guys are pushing Wilder pretty hard. Not giving him any mercy. Pushing him as far back. It looks like he's going to use the rope to get up and over to get to his teammate. He's got to get there and get out and over. Oh, looks like he got there just in time. With a few seconds left on the recovery banner, could he get that charge? Just a couple more seconds left. Would he get it? And not enough time to get his banner, his teammate's banner. Looks like Casey Wilder is just going to go solo with this. With the ring just now closing in a little bit. He would have that team right there in between him and also, it looks like he did with early engagement, but 2 teams, a Rampage, and it just wasn't enough for Casey Wilder. And as we jump back over to see what team Isrit's doing, it looks like Isrit is getting loaded in with a solo. Very interesting play. Looks like we got Doggo Boss as a solo player. I'm actually interested to see how well he's going to do for this game. Let's see how he can perform with a spin and a solo, and either in a duo match. Look like he could be in a duos match. Yep, he is in a duos match on a solo. And with the solo drop, being a solo member in a duos, it could be pretty tough. Especially if the team knows that you are a solo player, they could definitely use that as an advantage to either cover your flank, to either get you on your flanks, also getting you sandwiched in from both directions. Either it could be on from the top, coming from the top, or coming from the bottom. The best strategy to be for when going solo is actually third party, is actually attacking a team that's already engaged with each other to getting those third party kills. Looks like he is really crowded with 5 hostiles in the area, and he is not engaging because he realizes that he is in a very, very bad spot to be in, waiting for some of these team members to pick each other off. Doesn't want to make his location known just yet. With 4 hostiles in the area, he wants to try to get in there as they are loading up, trying to regenerate their health. Oh, with 1 shot being pulled already. Wasn't enough for him to be alerted. So it looks like he's just safe, and it looks like the knockdown, perfect knockdown. With 2 more guys in the area. Trying to get that peek to see if the guy knocked down is being revived. The God Boss is slowly making his way over. Trying to pick off what is left of this team. With the jump over, pulling off with the L-Star, getting some hits, and wasn't enough. See, being a solo in a duos match is really, really tough because you would have to tread carefully with every move that you make. But he did bring out a good push. And we're going to switch back over to Team Sevi. Team Sevi looks like they are in the starting menu, waiting to get into another lobby as Team Sevi and Doozy are getting readied up. And jumping back over to Team Casey Wilder. It looks like Casey Wilder is jumping into a brand new game. With the early drop, not really having the patience for the lobby, they're going to get in as fast as they can to get the weapons and the ammo that they need. Look at this, they got 2 other teams coming in. Looks like 2 third parties. Looks like Casey Walters, they're going to come in for the third party with the other extra kills. With the team already weak itself, coming in with the Devotion and the G7 Scout. With the elimination by Casey Wilder, running into the back of the way. 2 teams, 1 with the knockdown, 1 coming out into the back with Casey Wilder with the push. Clayboy getting the knockdown and the kill. 3 kills on their backs with the first of this round of the game. It looks like these guys are just looting, taking their time with 2 hostiles just right below them. Quickly trying to get the engagement. Grenade thrown coming from the first floor. It looks like they're coming upstairs with Casey Wilder coming up with a knockdown. 2 knockdowns and the 2 kills by Casey Wilder. And it comes in with another elimination. 4 kills on his back. While his teammate is reviving himself. .16 squads left on the board. Casey Wilder with 4 kills. probably Clay with a total of 3 kills, if I remember. These guys may have 7 kills on their backs with this game. Quickly recharging, getting their health up as much as they can before another third party comes in and with a surprise for them. Casey Wilder with the G7 Scout into Devotion. Looks like perfect for long and mid-range weapons. See what he's going to pick for it. Oh, it looks like he's just getting ammo. Nothing too important until he makes a little backpack for himself to get some extra loot for him. Getting some recharging shields, and looks like he's good. Oh, looks like he don't have enough for any. But he has room for extra ammo and health. With the first round, 1 ring closing in on them with 3 minutes and 20 seconds. These guys are slowly pushing towards the ring. Slowly picking up the scraps from the other teams being left off. It looks like this place has not been looted yet, with a big advantage by them, giving them a big variety of weapons and ammo to choose from. But it looks like he's going to still stick with his Devotion and his G7 Scout. Coming up over by the central turbine. They're just outside of the safe zone circle. Slowly making that push. Preparing themselves. Somebody could be just on the inside of that circle with the choke point. Looks like they have an engagement just right below them with 2 hostiles on their board. Looks like Clayboy down. Looks like they got a third party. He's coming in for the clutch with the hit, with the Devotion, and the knockdown. Slowly figuring out where his other teammate is at. Oh, just outside the door, and he comes in with another Devotion with the knockdown, and the 2 kills by Casey Wilder, saving his teammate with another two coming in, slowly getting the revive. And just wasn't enough to get it in. Coming in with the Devotion. Oh, he's down. Oh, he will have to try to survive. Blocking his way in, and it just wasn't enough with the door being busted. Couldn't get the revive just in time, but Great, excellent kills by this team. Team Casey Wilder. Great job. Hope for a better round next round. And we're going to be coming in with Team Isrit as they're slowly making their way with the 21 squads left in their game. We got War God teamed up with the God Boss on Team Isrit, running Octane and Pathfinder. Just slowly peeking just outside of the ring. Getting recon on some of the enemies that could be in the area, pushing for the ring itself. Oh, and here it is. 2 people just down the stairways with the thermite throne. Switch over to RE3. Ooh, with the knockdown with the RE45. Octane switching back over. Try to get the flank on the enemy team. With the flank, with the hemlock, and the knockdown, and the kill. 2 kills right off the bat with Team Isrit. Using the enemy's low buff to their advantage. With 13 squads left on the clock, they got another team just right above them. Hemlock hits. Slowly making it up. Coming inside, looks like he's going to hit his Octane to get out of the top high view. Trying to figure out where his team is located at. Oh, looks like he's just right next door to him. Got that peek on him. Getting some... Ooh. Lifeline. Knocked down for the count. Couldn't hold out with the Hemlock. And also with the Hemlock again. The knockdown into 2 kills with the God Boss. With the 4 kills on their backs. With the God Boss with the Volt and the Hemlock. He is very deadly with that Hemlock. Already getting 3 kills, just the Hemlock itself. Double checking all of their dead mates, getting the ammo and the. Looks like he's just trying to get as much ammo as he can to fill up his inventory. With the setup here just outside of the map, just on the borders of the map. On the outside of the circle, looks like they're going to be working their way around close to the circle itself for the choke points. To see if anybody is running away from the closing ring. With Octane doing a couple of hardcore parkour action. Not much activity is going on here so far. Looks like he has got the gold for his hemlock. Definitely going to be deadly. Faster reloads, overloaded magazines for his hemlock. He is going to be unstoppable. Looks like they have an engagement on an enemy. Slowly making their way over, trying to get a third party on another team. As he gets regenerated up, fully loaded, ready to go. Looks like they're about to put a pressure on a team that was in the area, but now has fled. Surprisingly not seeing anybody for this round 2 ring just yet. Looks like the God Boss is going to try to get a flank on an enemy just on the outside of this wall here. They spotted enemies just off the top, just across the way from the circle. Looks like they're going to try to make the push with War Guy standing back with the recon. As the God Boss is slowly picking off a few shots. Looks like this team is already engaged with another team just by close by with them. Throwing down his ultimate, going in for the double push and for the double jump. With War God slowly creeping up behind him. Looks like the God Boss is not taking any chances. He's going to try to get under these guys to get better intel on where these guys are located in. As we have 7 squads left in this match. And ladies and gentlemen, it is 7:32. These teams have an hour and a half. An hour and a half. They got 1 hour and 30 minutes left of this tournament. With the knockdown of the Hemlock. Rushing, making a push for him to revive. Couldn't get it. Being raised up. Hemlock being pulled out with the knockdown in the air. 2 kills right off the bat with the God Boss. What an amazing turnout. An amazing turnout. I knew that Hemlock was definitely going to come in handy with him. He is unstoppable. And here we go with the third ring with 2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock before the third ring starts to close. We got 3 squads left. Team Israel looks like has a chance to winning this lobby with just down below, being shot at by an enemy team. War God is down, waiting to get revived as the God Boss is slowly getting down, trying to get out of there as fast as he can with the retreat. Slowly getting his charge. He is being pushed really, really hard, trying to get that retreat, trying to wrap around. It looks like he's going to try. It looks like he's going to trap himself in here. Very, very risky position to be in, especially with this. Oh, looks like he's detected. Looks like he is going to try to fight his way out of this. Pulling out his lucky hemlock. He has 53 seconds before that ring closes. Had to make some kind of push, or the enemy team is going to wait for him to come out. And with the push, with the hemlock and the knockdown, but wasn't enough as Bloodhound got him from the back. But that was a very, very good game, getting down to the third place of that lobby with 6 kills on their backs. Good one for the books of this Apex tournament. And we are going to switch back over to Team Sevi to see how Team Sevi is doing. Looks like Team Sevi is now starting off in a brand new lobby with Sevi and Doozy now dropping down into a fresh game with 31 squads left into this lobby. Looks like Team Sevi has another team with them. Quickly opening up those chests, getting the weapons that they need. He has the wingman coming out with the wingman. Figuring out. Oh, getting engaged by one. Dropping down into a molten lava. Recharging his shield. Looks like he's going to try to push for his teammate, for one of the teammates that he was going after them first. And here he comes up. Not knowing exactly where this enemy is at. Slowly treading carefully, looking for the weapons he needs. It looks like he's picked up the Mastiff and the Prowler. And Sevi's coming in with the push with the Prowler. Ooh, multiple people. Look like Mirage has used his ultimate. Coming in with the Prowler again. His few hits, getting weak on health. Look like he's going to use his ultimate to get out there as fast as he could to get the recharge on health in his shields. Looks like Doozy is going to work him just a little bit as he's recharging. Coming back in, hitting his ultimate. Coming down for the count. Death from the sky. And he sees him engaging with the Prowler with an elimination by Sevi and a knocked down by Doozy. 2 kills on their backs with the first round of this lobby. And with their slow engagement, it looks like he's going to engage with the Prowler, getting on top of this roof with the knockdown, and slowly getting engaged with the Mastiff, and trying to get the knockdown, and the 2 eliminations by Sevi, getting that gold chest plate coming over and reviving his teammate. Team Sevi is on fire tonight. With gold chest plates, carrying the R301 and the Mastiff. $14 squads left. Sevi has 3 kills on his back with the round one closing. They are on point with the outside of the circle here. Slowly trying to get a choke point of the other enemies coming in, running away from the closing circle. Looks like Team Sevi is looking for another engagement. Trying to figure out where all these other squads are at. With no engagements just yet. Still hanging back on the outskirts of the circle. So they would get an engagement with teams that are running away from the circle, run away from the closing circle. Oh, looks like we got another engagement. He's coming in with the R301, getting a few hits off him. Breaking some shields, getting fired upon from the rock top. With the gas being deployed. Running over, he's going to push the guy on top of the rock. 301 taking some good hits on the enemies. Slowly making his way. Looks like Doozy is taking up the high road. As Sevi's going to go bottom. This team is trapping themselves in here as Team Sevi is slowly making the push with the 301. And the Master is being pulled out. With the grenade blown. Toxics all over the place. These guys got these guys trapped with the Mastiff being pulled. Couple hits with the knockdown by Doozy. Mastiff. Low health, being pushed, and he's coming in with the hit, getting knocked down with the hit, and the 2 kills by Doozy and Sevi. With round 2 ring about to be closing here in a minute and 25 seconds. They got 5 squads left. Looks like this is another lobby for Team Sevi to be champions in. For about an hour ago, they had another lobby with a 15-kill lead, winning a lobby as champions. This could be their second win for tonight. With 4 squads left, looks like they have an engagement on someone on the construction area. Could be another engagement, or it could be just going there their loot. Oh, a couple of death boxes with an engagement with the 301. Master is being pulled out. Slowly trying to get out there, getting knocked down by the enemy. With Duze coming in for the clutch, just on top of him. Looks like Duze's coming in for the clutch. Oh, just wasn't enough there. With 6 kills on their lobby. Very good push by Team Sevi. And we're going to switch back over to Team KC Wilder to see how they're doing for this match. With a fresh lobby with 28 squads left. Looks like they just now dropped down into a fresh lobby here. We're going to stick with them to see how they do here. He looks like he's pulling out the wingman and the L-Star. Getting the weapons and the combos that he needs. Coming in with Bangalore and also Bloodhound. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget our sponsors for the Wildside Gaming Esports Tour. We have Del Papa Distribution Company with Ghost Energy and C4 Energy. Looks like Claymore has an outside engagement as Casey Wilder is trying to get himself outside. Pulling the engagement out with the wingman, getting some shots, missing a couple of shots, pulling out the L-Star, entering into the building, going upstairs, and going to be working his way into the enemy side. Slowly trying to push the enemy. Looks like he's going to be going outside to get the flank just in case if he jumps out. Looks like you're on the outside of the building. Coming in with the L-Star hits. Couple of hits. And with the elimination down with the wingman by KC Wilder. Looks like these guys have a vault key. Could be big money for a vault key. Looks like they're going to try to hit that vault for big rewards. Will definitely come in handy for them to continue and press on into this match. Got both Clayboy and Casey Wilder's ultimates ready for the next encounter. Looks like Wilder is going to stick with his L-Star and his wingman combo unless he can find something a little different for his taste. These guys are going to try to push for that vault, for they do have a vault key, and they're going to they want to get that vault key unlocked. Bringing them just inside the circle a little bit. With another team being engaged on top of the construction. Trying to get those hits with the wingman, just isn't cutting the shots. At this point, it seems like that he is just a little distraction. Oh, he's got some hits off. Looks like Clayboy is trying to get the push, being the middleman in this situation. Looks like Casey Wilder is going to try to go in for the push. With the L-Star being pulled out. Two hostiles coming in. Wingman's being pulled out by Casey Wilder. Using the enemy's ult to get up on top of the construction area. Getting an aerial view of the playing field. Getting into his ult mode. Casey Wilder is just shielding up, getting ready for this team to attack them. With two enemy teams just down on the bottom, they say he's coming out with the wingman. Going back up to the top. Couldn't get the surprise on him. Looks like Clayboy has one down for the count. As Casey Wilder is slowly trying to make progress here. Clayboy is engaged with someone already. Bringing him down and the kill by Clayboy. If you folks ever get a chance to get your hands on some Ghost energy drinks or say C4 energy drinks, I highly, highly recommend it, folks. Very good energy drinks, really good. My personal favorite of a Ghost energy drink would have to be the Warheads, the sour Warheads of the Ghost energy drink, and also the Tropical Blast by C4 Energy. And Casey Wilder's team is just outside of the circle, slowly pressing their way into the second round. Slowly making their loot in. Haven't unlocked the vault key just yet. With the hostile detected coming in from their flanks. Looks like Clayboy is going to make the first engagement as the Casey Wilder is coming up from his rear. Casey Wilder coming around for the flank. Looks like the enemy has bolted. Could be trapping himself inside there with the ring being closed in on them. No hostiles in the area. Looks like the enemy team just disappeared on them. They're dropping the vault key, realizing that they wouldn't have time to get it. Though the vault is in the red zone of the circle. with 6 squads left on the board, and Casey Wilder's lobby pushing in. Still no hostiles yet, but still have some reading on some enemies coming up on their rear side. Looks like Casey Wilder is picking up on these guys really quickly, getting closer and closer and closer. He could be popping his ult here as soon as he gets close enough. And here we go with the ring closing for the round 2 of this lobby. We got 6 squads left. Casey Wilder with 1 kill on his back. Just in a circle, he's still with that L-Star and the Wingman, not changing any type of weapons for himself. Looks like that is a good combo for him. Looks like a dropship is just out off into the distance. With a respawn dropship, looks like they're going to try to engage that dropship. He's going ultimate mode. Seeing the enemy jumping over of the rooftops just outside the circle. Better advantage to get the team. Look like he's going in for an early engagement with the L-Star coming in with the knockdown. Just with the knockdown. Almost getting the kill. It's going to be a guaranteed kill here. With them just being in the circle, pulling out the Wingman. He's going to rush in, getting his teammate. Slowly trying to get that kill. He has that gold knockdown shield. Looks like Clayboy got the win, killing the kill leader in the lobby with 4 squads left, with Casey Wilder with 2 kills on his back. This could be another lobby win for one of the teams competing here for the Apex tournament. As we know so far, Team Sevi had a 15-kill lead with a champion win in one of the lobbies just about an hour and a half ago. And Casey Wilder's Team Casey Wilder, could be taking a win here, grabbing a triple take. Grabbing a triple take and still carrying his Wingman. Looks like Clayboy unlocked the vault, bringing them into the vault, getting the best loot that they can get, giving them a bigger, better advantage for this lobby with 3 squads left. They got 3 squads left with the round 3 ring closing in about 35 seconds. Can they pull this off? They've got 3 squads left. And 3, 2, 1. Round 3 is to an end, and it's come to round 4. With the smaller ring closing in. Got the triple take. And the wingman still not switching, not changing. Slowly getting on the outside of the circles. They're splitting up. One gets one side, the other gets the other. Still no hostiles in the area. Still trying to figure out where these other teammates are located at. Oh, with the engagement, with the surprise engagement by Casey Wilder, pushing him outside, recharging his shields as fast as he can. Uh-oh. Looks like he's in trouble, folks. Trying to get some hits, some kills off him. With Clayboy bringing him down, they just got to get one more down. 2 eliminations right there off the back. 1 kill by Clay and a kill by Casey Wilder. Got 2 squads left. 2 squads left. Only Casey Wilder and 1 other team left. With 15 seconds on the clock, with the 4th ring about to be closing, it looks like the enemy team is in their reach in the same building. Here it goes. Here it comes down to. With hits, wingmans fighting it out on the doorway. Casey Wilder looks like he's going in for the push with the triple take, switching to his wingman. Blinded, they're blinded. Slowly getting the heels. Looks like he's coming around to the left side, getting the left flank. Nothing. Looks like he's getting pushed. Going full left side. Coming around into the ring. Getting some distance between them and the other team. And here we go. With the triple take pulled out. Recharging his shields. With round 5, 1 minute and 22 seconds on the clock. You got 2 other teams. Here we go. Got hits. Getting hits with the triple take here. Looks like Clayboy is making the push for him as he gets the long range kills. And nothing's happening just yet. They're still trying to get a distance. Looks like he's about to make the push, the final push here to get as close to the circle as possible with almost 30 seconds on the clock before this round ring to go. 2 hostiles located just together. Looks like he's about to pull his ult. Coming in with the 1 ringman, 1 knockdown. You got to get the other knockdown. He's got to get 1 more knockdown, and it's a win right here. It's a win right here. Clayboys with the push, with the kill, and the championship win by Casey Wilder. Congratulations. That's another win for the team, for Casey Wilder and Clayboy. Another one for the books for this Apex tournament. They're carrying 10 kills in this scoreboard. And we're about to jump over to Team Isrit to see how they're performing in, as they are just now entering into a lobby. With it is now 8:05 on the dot. These teams have 55 minutes left of this tournament to go to get the top 3 best scoreboards as they can to be able to win this Apex Kill Race tournament. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with Team Iswit with a fresh lobby drop. And here we go. With the team, it looks like they have no team engagements here for the start off of this game. Taking their time in the hotspot of this map, picking off the Rampage and the Hemlock, both heavy weapons. With the Hemlock, the God Boss is really, really good with the Hemlock. Oh, looks like War God has been put down. And looks like Team Hiswit, the God Boss, is going to make that push to recover his banner. One hostile is detected. Trying to see if it's safe to recover his buddy's banner. With the banner being picked up, giving him the chance to revive his teammate. Trying to determine where this teammate's at. He doesn't want to revive his teammate with an enemy around, as he's got like he has one guy in the reach. Getting a couple of hits on him, kind of scaring him off a little bit. And here he goes with the Rampage, with the Hemlock. Still one hostile detected, no shields left. Slowly makes his charges up. Enemy still close to the back there. I bet he is waiting for him to push him. Oh, here we go. Low on health, come out with the Rampage, and just wasn't enough for Team Isritz. Putting them as no kills on the board. Going to be loading into a fresh lobby. We're going to swing back over to Team Sevi to see how they are doing in this lobby. With looks like a fresh lobby spawn with 28 squads left. No kills on their records yet. Coming in with the Massive and the Wingman. Looks like they got 3 teams up there. Pathfinder, oh, just going down with Pathfinder's hits as Doozy tries to comes in for the clutch. These teams are just all over the place. Doozy getting sandwiched in very quickly. Very low on health. Trying to get back as far as fast. Oh, just wasn't enough. Some of these lobbies are getting very, very, very tough for these teams, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very tough. And we're going to swing back around over to Team Casey Wilder with 22 squads left. 2 kills on the backs of Casey Wilder, carrying the flatline and the wingman, reviving his boy. Hostile detected. Looks like Casey Wilder is going to go for an engagement. About to pull out his flatline. Oh, pulling out his wingman. Nope. Nothing there. Looks like the team has retreated back. And he has. Oh, with the long shot. Long shot knocked down by Casey Wilder with the wingman. Very, very impressive. Bringing him with a 3rd kill on his back. With another engagement, pulling out the wingman. Oh, coming out with the flat line, hip firing on the lifeline here. Slowly making his way. Getting some more hip fire shots. And with the knockdown. With the flat line. And here comes Lifeline out of nowhere with the elimination. Clayboy with the kill. And Wilder with the kill. Coming up to 4 kills with Casey Wilder's on his back. Casey Wilder with the ultimate, pulling out his flat line. His teammates going down. It's all up to him to get the kills. With the knockdown. All he's got to get is one more knockdown from his other teammate. Still looking around trying to figure out where he's at. Looks like a third party. Coming with a flatline and the wingman combo. And here he goes, pulling out the flatline, trying to get some hits on him. Hip fire shots. Coming back into the cover. Half health. Going to engagement with the flatline again. Just wasn't enough. He looks like he's going to pull back. Going to heal up. Here he comes. Flatline again. Oh! With the quick 360, with the 180 shot. For 7 kills for Team Casey Wilder. Good job, Casey Wilder. And we're going to switch back over to Team Isrit as they are engaged in halfway into the lobby with 13 squads left. Surprisingly, no kills recorded for the God Boss, carrying the R99 and the Vault. With War God already being timed out for this lobby, looks like it's all up to the God Boss to get some sort of kill lead on this lobby. With the Mastiff and the R99 in hand. Team Israel slowly just waiting for the enemies to come around. With 4 hostiles in the area, he could be the third party to come in and clean slate them. If he times it right, if he times this perfectly right, he could come in and get the weakest ones for his kills. Looks like he is just going to try to do that right here, folks. Come in with the R99 and the Mastiff. Is it enough with the knockdown? Six enemy hostiles in the area. This is going to be one. Ooh, you got tricked by a mirage. Here we go. 2 hostiles. One of them is going to be that toxic guy. Here he comes in with the Mastiff, with an immediate knockdown with the Mastiff. Battling out against Toxic with solo. 2 knockdowns, 2 kills. Killing the kill leader by the God Boss from Team Israel. What an impressive play by the God Boss, engaging those enemies, catching them by surprise, knocking one of the enemies down with a one-hit shot with the Mastiff, and successfully defeating his other enemy teammate. Getting him 2 kills right off the bat with 8 squads left, with the round 1 ring closing. Looks like he's slowly pushing for another engagement. Being another third party. Nope. Looks like he is just going to make his way around into the next of the ring. Trying to probably get as closest to the center as possible. Looks like this place hasn't been looted just yet, giving him a good advantage on loot and ammo. And it looks like he is leaving the game. Looks like it's not going to be enough for Team Israel to get the kills that they need. So it looks like they're going to start a new, fresh round. And now we're going to switch back over to Team Sevi. Team Sevi with 11 squads left. 2 kills on Sevi's back. And it looks like Doozy is being respawned back into the lobby. With Sevi with the Mastiff and the Hemlock. Keeping a watchful eye out for his teammate as he is being respawned back in. Going to regain his stuff back. His weapons and his shields. And it looks like they're going in for an engagement, pulling out his Mastiff with Octane, going in for the miss. Going for the clutch. No mercy whatsoever. With the 180 shots. Really low on health. Trying to get that cover. Using his Phoenix kit. Good call. Good call to use his Phoenix kit so he could get right back into the action as soon as possible. And here he goes. Right here. He's pulling out the Peacekeeper with the Hemlock. And comes in with a few Hemlock shots. And the Peacekeeper shots. Oh, just wasn't enough. Couldn't get him down just in time. And there it goes with Team Sevi. Sevi with down. Doozy. It's all up to Doozy now to get the revive and a recovery. Here comes Here comes Doozy with the kill. Oh, it just wasn't enough. Wasn't prepared for that jump action by the enemy team. Now we're going to jump back over to Team Casey Wilder to see how they are doing. As Casey Wilder looks like he is just missed him. Just going down with the Mastiff. Being the squad eliminated. Oh, these lobbies are tough, ladies and gentlemen. Are really, really tough. We're going to try to stick with KC Wilder for this next lobby to see how he is going to do with this next lobby. At 8:20 right now, these teams have 40 minutes to go for this Apex Kill Race tournament. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Casey Wilder dropping down for a fresh lobby with 30 squads left. Casey Wilder is going to be running with Octane as Clay. Clayboy is going to be dropping down with Gibraltar. With the first engagement with the RE45. Real low on health. Dropping all the way down to the very bottom to get that bottom flank. Getting hits. Oh, just wasn't enough to get the down. But he's still going to push as Clayboy's going to push with the R45 and the elimination by Clayboy. Bringing them up to 1 kill on the back. Oh, looks like they got an engagement already. With Rampage and the RE45. Getting up on top of the roof. Bringing up down the enemies with the knockdown. And here he goes. He's gonna go for the chase. Elimination by Clayboy. Here we go, and the elimination by Casey Wilder. 3 kills. Starting off within the first round of this lobby. As the way is looking, folks, with these teams, these teams are going to be cutting it very, very, very close. This is going to be a really, really close call of who's going to be taking the prize pool of first place on this Apex tournament. And here we go with the engagement. The Casey Wilder has gone down with the shields, trying to protect himself not to get down, but it wasn't enough. Waiting recovery. It's all up to Clayboy to get the resurrection for his teammate. And here we go. Clayboy L just wasn't enough. Got pushed real hard by the enemy team. Clayboy couldn't keep it up just in time. But congratulations. Good job, guys. Y'all did very good jobs. These teams have 35 minutes left. 35 minutes left to get as many kills as they can in this Apex Kill Race tournament. And we are about to jump out over into Team Isrit, as looks like they are waiting for players to come into the lobby. And it looks like this is going to be a quick one. And the game starting for Team Isrit. Looks like they're sticking with the combo of Bloodhound and Octane. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, with the God Boss and War God about to be dropped in for a fresh lobby. Looks like the God Boss has already found someone in the area. Throwing an Arc Star. Coming in with the Wingman and the Mastiff. Looking around. Not finding what he likes. Looks like he's switching over to his favorite weapon, the Hemlock. And here comes War God. War God getting low on health, going down. Need to be revived. Close to the center of the magma. Waiting for his teammate, the God Boss, to get his ammo that he needs to get that push. Here we go, being detected by the sonar. The God Boss is treading carefully of where he's going to be going next. With the surprise attack of the Mastiff, trying to get the hits. Oh, just wasn't enough for the hits. Really low on health. Had to bring him back out into the lobby. And now we're going to switch back over to Team Sevi to see how they're doing. Looks like they are about to be loaded into a match, as we are going to be stopping into Team KC Wilder. And here we go, Team is rich with 20 squads left, 2 kills on the God Boss's back. Looks like these guys have just been in the lobby just a little long, with the first round ring about to be closing in a minute and 15 seconds. With still the combo of the Bloodhound and the Octane. War God's still waiting for that revive by the God Boss, as I think the God Boss is slowly making his way around because the enemies around the area. Coming for the push, pulling out his vault. R99 with the knockdown. And, his enemy team came out of nowhere, getting the kill off of the God Boss, bringing him back into the lobby. And now we're about to switch back over to Team Sevi to see how Team Sevi is doing, as they are doing a fresh drop on their next lobby. Looks like these guys have multiple teams in the area with the quick picker-upper of the weapons, coming back out with the attacks of the P2020, with the knockdown with the P2020 by Sevi. Slowly he's going to be pushing around the backside with Doozy with the R45 down. Coming in with a few hits, 2 eliminations off the bat with Sevi. Carrying the Wingman and the G7 Scout. Perfect for long range and the short range. Looks like they are about to engage another team to get some extra kills on their backs with a long shot knockdown by Sevi with the G7 Scout. Shooting through the smoke, hopefully to get some of the hits in. Throwing to Arcstar with the elimination. Killing the kill leader. He is now the new kill leader by Team Sevi. And here we go with the engagement. With Doozy going around the right side and Sevi coming around the left. It looks like Doozy's going to use his ult to get up on top. To get that aerial view. Using his ult again. Using that aerial top view. Oh. Getting knocked down. Waiting for Doozy to come up from the backside. And it wasn't enough, with 4 kills on their backs for this tournament. It is 8:36, folks. These teams have 24 minutes until the Apex tournament is over. And we come back over to Team Casey Wilder with another fresh lobby spawn. They're doing a fast hot drop with 2 other teams in the same area. Looks like he is going to be picking up the Prowler for his main and his secondary. Oh, the Longbow. Oh, switching out Longbow for the Devotion. Using his ability to get a head start up to Clayboy. It looks like they're about to push for an enemy here. So far, no engagements just yet. Oh, with a surprise engagement by KC with the knockdown. Coming in with the Prowler and a knockdown in the elimination by KC Wilder with it. Another third party coming in on top of their roof. Clayboy with the support. Devotion being pulled out, getting some hits on the enemy. As he pulls out the Prowler, working his way down to the count, getting the assist. Clayboy with the kill. Clayboy looks like he's going to go down with the Devotion being pulled out in the knockdown elimination. Getting the new kill leader by KC Wilder. And it looks like he's got the bot just in time. Oh. A vault key. Interesting. Looks like they're going to hit this vault key into the cave here. Better chance of getting better loot. Very nice. Got some good loot. Not enough for a good chest plate for the both of them or a helmet. Oh, looks like they are about to be engaged by an enemy here. Oh, just wasn't enough. Couldn't get up on top of the building in time. These guys are moving. Here we go with the push. With the first ring about to be closing here. And here we go. Looks like he's going to use his ultimate to get himself on top of that roof. Using that Devotion, couldn't get any shots on him. Getting into cover with that close call. Coming over to regroup with his buddy as Clayboy got a down and a kill. And the Devotion with the knockdown and the other knockdown. KC Wilder is half health. Clayboy down. Waiting to be revived. Slowly going to pull out his Phoenix kit. Looks like Clayboy is down for the count. Would definitely need a recover. And with KC Wilder being the new kill leader with 2 kills. With the beacon delivered, he uses his ult to try to get over to the respawn as fast as he can. Here we go. He's respawning his team back over onto the ridge just outside of the circle. The circle is closing in for the round one. Yeah, they have a minute and 25 seconds until that circle is complete. Still carrying the Devotion and the Prowler, not giving up either of those weapons. Clayboy, being a fresh spawn, would have to try to find something to get some health and shields. Which there is plenty death boxes around here. Pinging a gold chest plate for his boy Clayboy. Oh, and a surprise attack. Third party with the knockdown with the Devotion. Oh, with the Prowler. Big major push. With the 2 eliminations by KC Wilder. It is 8:45, ladies and gentlemen. 8:45. These teams have 15 minutes. 15 minutes to go before the tournament is over. Now remember, these teams would have to pick the top 3 best scorecards that they had in the past 3 hours for those scorecards to be calculated and tallied up for the winner of this Apex tournament. And I want to give another shout out to our sponsors here for the Wildside Gaming Esports Tour, which is Del Papa Distribution Company with Ghost Energy and C4 Energy. Without the help and support of these 3 amazing companies, this tournament would not be happening as we speak. Also, I want to give another shout out to another partnership that we have is Skulls Apparel. KC Wilder and Clayboy pushing towards from the outside of the circle, trading in his Devotion for the legendary Spitfire. Here he goes. He may be using his ult to get to another position. Oh, nope. He's going to be using that. He's going to be using that to get over to the next area of the map. Looks like they're going on the other side of the circle to create a choke point for the other enemies that will be coming into the ring as the ring closes. And here we go with the ring closing. KC Wilder has 9 kills on his back with 6 squads left. 6 squads left in this lobby, making the go-ahead push. With the ring closing in, here we go. They may see a team here pushing in as the ring is closing. So far, nothing is being seen yet. These guys are looking vigorously, trying to find some enemies. And look, one straggler is left. Couple of hits with the Spitfire, weakening his shields. With the cutoff push. Getting a good top aerial view. Oh, he's dropping down. He's coming around to come around for the flank. Clayboy with the down with the grenade. Somewhere in the smoke. Here he comes around the corner. Couple hits of the Spitfire. Looks like, it looks like this could be it right here with the elimination by Casey Wilder and a kill for Clayboy. This lobby has four squads left. 4 squads left. And with the top aerial view, they get these teams. Casey Wilder has an advantage here. With the quick shields up. Clayboy is making the push with the knockdown by Casey Wilder with Spitfire and a kill by Clayboy. Leaving the other teammate all by himself, putting the enemy team in a tight position here. He sees him just below Clayboy. And here he comes with the Spitfire in the elimination and the revive by Casey Wilder. And now with the round 3 ring closing in for the last few finals of the map. He's going to try to push in a circle. Getting his last minute supplies before he makes his final push. With 3 squads left in this lobby, Casey Wilder could have another win on his hands. Oh, totally missing the whole entire area. You had to use his ult to get out of that molten lava. I'm sure he did not mean to do that. And here we go. He spots one over close to the circles. Searching, looking for this enemy team. Being detected. Oh, here he comes with the Prowler. Getting a few shots off. Weaken him. Had to get back. Get that shield up. And it looks like Clayboy got the down and the kill. As he using his med kit to get back into the health. Still 3 squads left. There's one more guy left. And that's what they're pushing. He's on the lower level. Probably pushing up top. And here comes Claiborne slowly pushing in. And a knockdown. Elimination by Casey Wilder. 2 squads left. This could be it, folks. This could be it. He could win this again. Another Apex win tonight. And here he goes. He's pushing. He's running and pushing. About to make that final push. Using his ult. Getting a head start. Getting a head start into the circle. Clayboy has spotted enemies just across the way of their circle. With our last ring about to close, this could be another win for Casey Wilder. As they make the final push, this could be another last-minute scoreboard for this team. And all right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back. We are tallying up the scores as we speak for the final teams as putting in their final score sheets. We'll be right back with you in just a few moments to announce the winner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the tallies are in and the scoreboard is in. We have the results of this tournament. It came really, really, really close. With second place, we had KC Wilder with 36 kills. But taking the lead with a total of 38 kills, Team Sevi came in taking the first place prize of the Apex tournament. And I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors for this Wildside Gaming Tour. We want to give it out to Ghost Energy Drink, C4 Energy, and also Del Papa Distributing Company. Great, amazing companies. Amazing, outstanding energy drinks. I love the taste of it. If y'all guys are interested in trying out their drinks, highly, highly suggest it. It's really, really good. Also, coming in for you, if you live in a Cedar Park, Texas area, or the Austin, Texas area, and you're interested in joining in one of these tournaments, guess what? We have another weekend tournament coming in for you at Cedar Park, Texas, and the second location of the Esports Cave. On Friday, we are doing a Duos Rocket League tournament. Saturday, we're doing a Duos Modern Warfare Warzone Kill Race tournament. And Sunday, we're doing a Fortnite solo tournament. If you are interested in joining in and getting into one of these tournaments and playing your heart out to possibly getting the cash prize at the end, you're more than welcome to come sign up and register before it's too late and get on board. And that is it for tonight here in Austin, Texas at the Esports Cave Center. Thank you for watching. You have been a great 3 hours watching these amazing teams play their hearts out. We're trying to get those kills and to get the win. Congratulations to Team Sevi for taking the prize home. And now we'll see you later. We'll see you next weekend at the second location in Cedar Park. And stay wild.